I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's a filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at insori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is a community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the Village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy merch.
Shout out to Negative Vibes. DJ Negative Vibes.
Negative vibes.
The Question, live in London, 2013. Negative says, I can't say enough good things about Mac and the legacy he left. His story is sadly a pretty typical one when it comes to stardom. He didn't even make it to the 27 Club. He died at age 26 from an accidental overdose in 2018, and I still haven't really gotten over it.
I remember that.
This track is a live recording with music provided by the New Jazz and R&B band, The Internet, from 2013. Though the song first appeared on the 2012 mixtape Macadelic. He's not the best guitar player, but he puts every bit of himself into the solos as much as he does his incredibly heartfelt vocals.
What was the big song he had? Was that the Love Is Love song? What was his big song? He had some really big song. But anyway, rest in peace to him. We're not going to be sad about it, though. All right, Mac Miller. I'm going to actually screen share this one so you guys can watch the video with us because it's a live video. So here's Mac Miller, The Question, live, London 2013. Let's do it, ladies and gents. There we go. Decent.
Well,
I've been looking in the mirror and it still don't make no sense. I'm asking, what am I supposed to do? I don't watch in my short lifetime, but I haven't done shit. I done flew around the whole world. Shook a million hands and I took a million pictures. I'm a hostage in my own world. My thoughts, my own enemy. Got no time for these bitches. I got too much on my damn mind. So if I add some more stress, I just don't see how I'ma cope. Think they underestimate the grind. What I do to bring this dough when I'm only 20 years old. Wonder why I slipped this devil blue. Cause I feel incredible. Problems I got several. Thank God that none of that medical. Yeah, I've been blessed with much to be expected. What am I doing here? I wanna know, tell me what am I doing here? I get it now? Please let me find euphoria. When you up above the clouds, like who gon' touch me now? Do we ever get to know the truth? Cause everybody say they have it, but to me it seems they lack it now. I'm rolling and I'm sipping lean. Sometimes I catch a buzz just to help me picture love. Drinking liquor and I'm smoking weed. And you can never do too much if you won't ever do enough. Wonder why it's me instead of you. I'll be there to rescue you. Problems you got several, thank God that none of that better come. Yeah, said I've been blessed with much to be expected. What am I doing here? I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know. What am I doing here? Whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing here? Oh, whoa, oh, oh. What am I doing here?
Whoa, he's playing!
Wow. You can? Do it. You gotta show me that.
The late. Hold on. I want to see this part.
Alright, man, play it cool. You've done the behind the back solo a bunch of times. Play it cool. Yeah. Alright, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah, dude!
Oh.
Alright, sick. That was awesome. Shout out to you if that was you. Alright.
Basis.
Hey, we did it, bro. We did the whole. Oh, we got one more. We didn't do it. All right. Hey, one time, man. Make some noise for Tay on the keys. One time. Make some noise.
Damn, bro. Damn. Rest in peace to my man Mac Miller, bro.
When there's nothing holding you back, what would your thing be?
Stuff, unfortunately. I don't. He had one big, huge. I think he won a Grammy or something. I don't know if it was him or not, but anyway, shout out to Mac Miller.
That was actually hard to listen to. I felt because
Really? Just to
because I
the way
just
it went out?
found out that something happened to him like that.
Yeah, he
so
died
I
of
didn't know that.
an overdose, like
And
right
he-
as we started.
You know, he puts off the Jesse vibes from Breaking Bad.
From Breaking Bad, yeah.
You know, so I'm like,
Bitch.
no, yeah, the
Yeah,
way
he
that
did.
you know, he's got that youthful teenager sort of feel to him, you know, and then just hearing him, you know, asking the questions because it sounded so like
Go ahead.
youthful, I guess, like where nobody was giving him direction.
I mean, I don't know if it was nobody was giving him direction. I just don't know, like, what direction you can give to somebody who's has millions of dollars at the age of in their early 20s. I mean, what kind of direction could you possibly give a person
he
in
was
that
asking.
situation?
He was asking very pointed questions. Hold up. What am I doing here?
Yeah, I mean that's an existential question that we all ask at one point or another. You know
Sometimes
what I'm
I wonder,
saying?
who the fuck am I?
Yeah, that's how he starts off the song.
Voice probably sounds mad raspy right now. I want you all to feel it. To step up to the mic and show them what you got, Tiger. Sometimes I wonder who the fuck I am. I've been looking in the mirror and it still don't make no sense. I just think that, like, I done so much in my short lifetime, but I haven't done
Saying,
shit.
I'm asking, what am I supposed
Yeah,
to do?
I know. Yeah, he doesn't know. You know.
I've done
He's
so
saying
much.
I flew around the whole world. First, I shook a million hands and I took a million pictures, but I'm a hostage in my own world. Ugh. I gotta tell you, you know, we were talking to I mean, somebody who's not as famous as this person, but still famous in their own right for sure. And like, they were like, dude, sometimes I don't even want to go down and get shampoo because I don't want to be spoken to.
Who was that?
I put the hood up. But I don't want to say because I literally just said they're not they're not as popular as this guy, but it doesn't matter. We'll talk about it offline. But like that feeling, like when the person said that, I felt like this intense claustrophobic feeling, like yeah, for these people that are so famous that you can't
when you get around them, it's really clutch. The last show that we went to, so that they have this thing now where you can
you pay like an extra
meet
whatever
the band
to meet
at the
band.
side.
Yeah.
And so we were, it's pretty, I mean, legendary status band, huge band. And, we're friends with them or whatnot. So we were in the catering. So he was like, yo, can you guys hang out afterwards, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, obviously, my bro, obviously, we coming to see you, obviously. So he's like, all right, cool. So he's like, yo, I got to do this thing real quick. Can you guys stay or, whatever. And it was like a crazy situation because I'm sitting back, like, watching this situation. And I'm looking at these people who my entire rock and roll life, I idolized, like, literally, like, I used to say blank is God, like, the band, like, is God. Like, oh, yeah, 100%. We used to go to people, like, no bullshit, like, we'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior, Jonathan Davis, blah, blah, blah. Like, not like no bullshit. Like, we used to say to people on the train in New York City, like, what are you talking about? We're like, corn, you idiot. What are you talking about? Like, we were crazy.
Wow.
So, like, I'm sitting there, like, watching this shit. And I'm like, they all had to go out. Homeboy went last, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? I'm like, damn. Like, it was just... people loved them. Like, it was like obvious. You paid extra money. You paid a heavy price to get, and now you're paying this extra to be in this little thing.
Yeah.
And we're just in the catering and I'm watching it. And then, like, dude came back to hang out with us after we're all hanging out. And then he's like, he was introducing us to his people or whatever. He's like, yeah, these two, he's like, yo, he's like, these two, they don't just love each other, they like each other or whatever. And like,
yeah,
that hit me because he's not with anybody, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, now I've become friends. Like, I know, dude, like, there's certain things where it's like really like hard stuff to deal with relationship wise. That's tough. That's like still a open wound, and unfortunately, is not going to get healed on this side anyway. I don't know if I had that conversation with you, but so it was just like, it was.
You're saying for him or for you?
For him, because she's, you know what I'm saying. So it was tough, like, watching that whole situation. And he's like, he's a grown man, and he's, he's got things in his head. He's walking with God and all this, but that was just a sad moment. And I like, you kind of caught it too, like when we were walking away, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that piece it's kind of missing when you're this big famous person. It's kind of hard to, that was, so I don't really know what was going on with dude. Like, I don't know, like, one of the worst, I will always stand by this. Like, one of the worst things in the world that can happen to a person is they achieve their dream and they wake up unhappy. Like, that is one of the worst feelings to ever have, is to be like, yo, if I had this, like, your entire life be like, yo, if I had this thing, man, if I had this, I would be You know, like that's the worst thing to have, man. Because then
but
if you actually achieve that shit, you're gonna wake up the next day and it's not gonna be what you think it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like anytime that your happiness is contingent on a thing or an event or a thing like that, like if that's what it is, then yeah, it's never gonna measure up to, because that thing, no matter how great it is never gonna be God.
That's what I'm. Yeah,
So
like
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you're just setting yourself up for failure if you're putting something in that spot.
it's true. It's really,
Because,
really true.
and eventually, if you put something in that spot, it's the weirdest thing that happens. Like, you'll almost cannibalize that thing. Whatever it is that, like, or that thing will cannibalize you. Like, either
Right.
way, it's gonna destroy because it doesn't have the staying power. Because again, it's not something that's eternal. Like when you put your, you put your reason, you put your future, you put whatever in God, then it's like, okay, he's not going anywhere. But when it's in a thing, like, I mean, that's why you have Tom Brady just, another one. It's another one. It's another one. It's just, you see it happen all the time with these rock stars. But
And Myron put a hot take out there. Donald Trump. I agree.
yeah,
It's like how much money is enough? How much power is enough? That's one of the reasons he's such an effective politician is because he feeds off of that adulation. So when Hillary Clinton most of us are like Hillary Clinton, like, yo, I do not want to go to fucking 30 states in 18 days. I mean, that is insane. Like but so there were places that she missed just because her body couldn't handle it. People don't remember in 2016, there were times when like she was passing out, fainting, people were worried about her health, all types of shit. But whereas Trump, but see, he wasn't doing it to be an effective politician. He loved that shit. Mm-hmm. And there's some part of him, this is psychoanalysis to a degree, but there's some part of him that's like, that's empty, that crowd does something. The rah and the Trump and the worship of thousands of people and people reacting to every two things that he says, like it's filling some gap that's inside of him that just happened to work well for politicians. See what I'm saying? And so, like, there's so many instances where it's like, when is it enough? Whether it's the adulation of people, whether it's money, whether it's this, whether it's Tom Brady. Like, dude, you sacrificed a good woman, bro.
Yeah.
She was a good woman. She was a powerful woman who literally put that shit to the side for over a decade. Mm-hmm. And she said, okay, it's me or football. And you chose
football after she tried you.
She
chose you
over her.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then you look how you ended. Like it's like, God, I tell the boys this. I said, look, we're in a situation right now where you could track somebody's whole life. I'm like, watch this shit. Watch these people. Because that'll tell you the cheat code. God is putting this shit out for everybody now. Like, oh, you love all that Andrew Tate shit? Great. Look at him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Remember I was telling you about Kevin Samuels? Look at him.
No, that was crazy. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like we got all these like media. I mean, I don't think it's going to end well for Mr. Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's going to get to the point where he's like, yo, I found ultimate peace and satisfaction. Like, like you look at a dude like that, you can tell he's not at peace. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't believe like I don't believe that he's a villain everybody says he is. I don't believe he's a good person either. I'm just saying, when I look at all these folks, I feel like all of us are the same in that regard. Like, everybody's waking up saying, why am I here? Am I here for any real reason? And that's why we try to find communities and try to find meaning and identity around our communities and things of that nature. There's so much shit that we're trying to do to deal with that void, man. And it's, I've been around some of the most high powered people in the world. Matter. I've been around people who like spent their entire life training to call out for certain things, like, and then like, oh, it's your XY tolerance, and you can't it has nothing to do with your heart. It has nothing to do with. I've seen people crushed.
I bet.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Then I've seen people like make it in like their entire life because their father was this, and their dad was this, and their grandfather was that, and their dad did this in Fallujah, blah 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 blah. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, oh, okay, so you're supposed to, and like that's your entire life was like making this team, and like you made the team, and then it's like boring. It's like not what you thought it was gonna be. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, oh,
yeah.
we're sitting around. It's like, yeah, it's like most of this shit is just sitting around, man. Have a good here. You know what I'm saying? Like it just it just doesn't matter where you go. Like everybody is dealing with this. You know, Charleston White. It's another one. Vaughn. Like it's tough.
I assume everybody is not at peace unless otherwise indicated.
I just wish these people would get out of their 20s. The same thing with Vaughn, man.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get out of their 20s.
Yeah.
I just feel like once you have a couple kids and you really start interfacing with those kids, it really gives you a lot of perspective, man. But Vaughn I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. Everybody has their own way of like trying to fill that gap, and you know, all I've ever had was Jesus, man, from the start to the finish. Like, you know, I am not a Christian because it makes me a good person or whatever. I'm a Christian because in my worst moments, the only thing that's consistently done that without a horrible aftertaste or without nuclearizing everybody around me was Jesus. Being in the presence of the Trinity has been the only thing that's ever given me fulfillment or peace.
No, I could say that 1,000% too. Yeah,
and if it didn't do that, I wouldn't be a Christian. I'm a Christian for selfish reasons. I'm not a Christian because I'm a good person. I'm a Christian because I need Jesus. End of story. That's it. And if he didn't fulfill that need, I wouldn't be one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. So. Shout out to Mac Miller, rest in peace to the homie. Silent count for me, that's tough.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that he was able to art, but he had the self-awareness to understand. And you know, we talked about this, like, can our prayers work retroactively for people and all that? And so like that was a big one when I was like, you know, dude was probably just trying to get to sleep. You see what I'm saying? Which I can relate to. Dude was probably just trying to get to sleep, and that was the last day. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to be praying for Mac Miller for sure. And some of you Protestants, why are you praying for him? Too long to explain. I probably shouldn't even said that. Strike that from the record. Anyway, silent count for me.
Yeah, it's silent count for me as well. Shout out to the homie. Shout out to his family. Prayers for everyone. Yeah, for sure. We shall return, dear listener. I think we got one more joint for you beautiful people on the way. Actually, we got like 2.5 more joints for you beautiful people on the way. Shout out to Mac Miller and everybody else. Shout out to the big homie. Say we shall return.